welcome to our video tonight. My name is Ann Granger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in a beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada. And I am popping on just a few minutes before 7, I guess I'm just around 7, so that YouTube can let me know that I've gone live, and it gives me a chance to check my settings and make sure everything looks great. I hope you've had a great day. Here in Southwest, it was a beautiful sunny day. The sun that made it feel warm, but it was definitely cool out. I can see myself here. So if you are here, so today is Wednesday, November 19th. If you are here watching live, please let me know. Comment, like, and share my video. That's the best compliment that you can give me. And we want more people joining the Stamp with Ann community. I pick a product of the week, and each week I go live on Wednesday nights. And I bring you some projects. Usually Wednesday nights are cards, and I have been doing Monday nights scrapbooking, and I will be getting back into that. Just need to, it's been a busy few months as I adjust back to work, and I had some big events, so I'm finally be like, and things are slowing down, which is super, super nice. So if you are here, let me know, comment and say hello. The best way you can find out what is happening in my videos is to follow me. Make sure you head over to my blog, which is www.stampwithann.com. Or the best way to know what's happening, you guys are always the first ones to find out on Monday morning, and I always do a recap of all the projects we made for the week, is my email list. So please, please, please join my email list. That is how you guys find out what is happening in my studio. So if you live close by, you can attend classes, or you can find out what is the product of the week and how we're going to use it during the week. So let's get started. This week, I chose to pick the traditional label bundle and the paper. This sweet, I'm going to show you, first of all, where you can find this. So this is in our 2025 September to December catalog. Now, if you've been around for Stampin' Up! For a long time, they used to call this the mini, a holiday mini. I still call it the holiday mini. It's the easiest thing to do. And this catalog is actually good till like January 5th. So if there's things in here you want, I would definitely suggest ordering them sooner than later, because I believe the last chance list comes out on December 2nd. Which means items that are either going to carry over or move to our last chance store will be listed, and once they are gone for good. So I am showing you the Keeping Tradition Suite. This is what we're showcasing tonight. Isn't this color beautiful? I never would have thought to put Secret Sea cardstock with that color with Christmas colors, but it is stunning and I cannot stop using it. Secret Sea is like one of my new favorite colors. It's one of our 2025 in colors and I absolutely love it. It's darker than Night and Navy, a little lighter than black, so it's really, really nice combo. So this is a suite. You'll find it on page 22 and 23. And if you don't have a catalog, you can view these products online. The best way to go shop online is to head to stampinup.com, or you can go to my blog, which is www.stampwithann.com, and click shop now. This suite is gorgeous. So in this suite, it has the traditional label bundle, the Christmas greenery bundle, the this is called the traditional wreath 3D embossing folder, the traditional sequence, sparkling sequence, and real red shiny ribbon, and then the gorgeous and stunning traditional Christmas designer series paper. Now, this product came out for demonstrators in August, and customers were able to pre-order it beginning in September. And this paper has been out of inventory for a very long time, along with this sequence. They are very, very popular, and I think the reason why they're so popular, A, they're stunning, but it's a traditional colors of red and green, which is what a lot of people like to craft with and create with. So I think that is what made this suite so popular, but it also has a hint of gold. So let's dive in and look into these products, and I can show you all that. Let me just move that out of the way. So here is the traditional label bundle. It is a nice one. You have 7 different labels. I love this. I remember a while ago Stampin' Up! Had a stamp set and die that was like this, and I was so upset because I didn't, or I had it and I sold it, and then I didn't get it, and I was really sad because I missed out, but I was super happy when they came back out with it. So 7 different labels, and then it has your greetings. So 'tis the season, you can do like merry and bright, sending love and joy, season's greetings to you. You can do like happy wishes. You could do merry wishes, sending you cheer. There's lots of different combinations that you can do. I love the different fonts, how they're like bold, like just like plain, curvy, and then just like more like cursive. So that's really nice. So that is the label bundle. We will be using that tonight. The paper is stunning. It's the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper. It is a specialty, so that means it has a hint of gold in it. I'm just going to bring this up for you. I could have a whole pack of just this paper and this paper. And this one is stunning. I love, love, love the paper. It is really, really beautiful. Here in Canada, here is the ordering number, and that is the price here in Canada. So I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, but this is sold in all markets. So you would just have to find a demonstrator in that market so that you could purchase from them. But really, really stunning paper. Like, and I love the fact that even though it's Christmas paper, like you could use this for every day. You could use this for every day. You could use these 3 for every day and that one for every day. So like you can make some nice masculine cards. There's lots you can do with this paper. The other thing is the shiny red, real red ribbon. I'm going to hold it up a little bit so you can see. It is definitely shiny. It's got that little bit of glycerin through it, which is really, really nice. It's easy. It's, what size is this? This is 1.5, and it is easy to work with to create bows. So that's a nice one if you're looking for some ribbon. This will also look really nice on packaging. So if you were creating some packaging, that will look nice too. And I just forgot to, let me see here, just forgot to put my do not disturb on, so let's do that. Because otherwise I might have my video. All right, so that is a really nice one. And then this has been the oh so popular ones. These are the traditional sequins, and these colors are, let me just pull this out. I can get it. Oh my gosh, the cold, we've had snow here in the colder weather, and just hand washing more. My hands are starting to get dry. Gold, Pool Party, Old Olive, and Red are your colors. And you get 240. So you get 240, and then they're in 3 different sizes. So these are due back in the Stampin' Up! Warehouse here in North America market around November 24th. So the easiest way I've been trying to share with my customers and my team members and just anyone in my community, Stampin' Up! Community, is if you go to, so if you go to my blog, www.stampinand.com, and click shop now, there's a button that says shop now. And that will take you to the online store. And if you search traditional sequins, what are they called? Traditional sparkle sequins, and it will come up and show you it's not available. There's like a little button that says notify me. If you click on that, it will notify you when it comes back in stock, and then you're the first ones to order, which I think is so nice. All right, so tonight I thought we would create some cards, some Christmas cards, and I know life is busy right now. Life is crazy. Everyone I talk to tells me life is busy. They don't have time for things. They're always on the go. They feel like one day is just rolling in, and then the one big thing I always hear is, I can't believe it's the weekend. Like, I feel like we just started Monday. That is so true, because I feel like I was just putting my Christmas tree away, and it was like January, like, you know, the end of December, beginning of January, and here we are, we just put it up. I just put my tree up on the weekend. I cannot believe that we are November 19th, and literally, like, not even, what is it, like 12 days till December. Blows my mind. So one of the things about being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is we get this weekly email called Succeed Weekly, and they've revamped it, and I really like what they're doing with it. But in October, they gave us this downloadable card class, and I really thought, which is really cool. They actually showcase this with the Snowy Delight cards, but I wanted to show you how you could just use the sketches. I don't have these products, but I was like, you know what, I really like the sketch, so let's show you how to build a card with that sketch. And I don't know if I can just show you like that up close, but it actually gives you like the supplies you need, the instructions and their measurements. And that's really good idea because there's a lot of people who struggle with card making. I, for one, when I sit down to create, so when I pick a product of the week, so for example, I pick the traditional labels, I will always go see what the concept artist did. So I'll go look in the catalog, I'll go look online, and I'll see what the Stampin' Up! Concept artist did. Then if I know that I'm using like a certain product of the week and I'm scrolling through social media or Pinterest and I see a project I like, or maybe it's a layout or a color combination, I'll save it. Then I'll go back and look at that. But what I really turn to is sketches. I love sketches. So if you follow me, you know that I love to do puzzles. And I feel like a sketch is just like a puzzle, but the only thing is you're not putting puzzle pieces together. You're just you're stamping and creating, but with stamp paper and inks. So tonight we are going to use this sketch. So let's dive in and I'll show you our first card. Let me get all the pieces out here. I will put this video, so we are on YouTube Live. I will put this video on my blog. Usually it takes about 24 hours for the video to process. Then I will put it on my blog and I'll link it to my Facebook. On this video, I will put all the details, and I'll link you to my blog where we'll have all the measurements for the cards. And then I will put this video on Facebook. So if you find me on Facebook, you can follow me there. So let me show you the card that we're going to make. This is the one we're going to make tonight. And just a really simple, you know, I followed that kind of, like if I hold it up here, I kind of followed that sketch pretty close. You can see that this would be your card base. And then I just added another card layer, and then you could do cardstock here. I chose to do designer series paper. I took in that circle element and then I brought in my greetings. So that is the one we're going to make. And I just realized I forgot to grab somewhere in here is my red and white ribbon. All right, sorry, I forgot to grab my red and white ribbon. Okay, so let's put this up here. And let's bring in our cards. So we are using Secret C base. My base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. If you have a bone folder, you just want to crease your cardstock. It just helps make it lay flat. If you do not have a bone folder, highly recommend. It is a great, nice one to have on hand. All right, so our next layer is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to emboss that. So I'm going to set that aside. We have a piece of designer series paper, and it is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So look at that. Isn't that stunning? Like, look how beautiful that is. Love, love, love. I love poinsettias. I think they're really nice, but I love this plaid. I think plaid and Christmas go along so nicely. I have a piece of basic white, and that is 3 3/4 by 3, so 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then I actually have a piece of that paper because we're going to create a circle. So let's put this off to the side, and I'm going to put these off to the side, and we're going to bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So this is our Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and it is our, I call this the big boss. This is the one that does all my big jobs. And by meaning that, I mean it does my big jobs with my embossing folders. When you purchase a Stampin' Cut and Emboss, you get 4 plates. You get, actually I think you get, yeah, you get a base. You get like kind of like a shimmy. You get like 2 clear plates, and then you get 1 of these. So we are using the Forever Plaid, and unfortunately my Forever Plaid got damaged when I had an event a couple of weeks ago in October. And if anyone knows how to like fold these back out, please let me know. Or if not, I'll be buying a new one. All right, so let's, it still works. It's just crooked. The one thing I want to share with the plaid embossing folder and your paper is that if you just put it in, it might look wonky way the pattern is. So what I've been trying to do is line it up with just like one of the lines, and then I know that I will hopefully have like a straight piece. I'm trying to flip my paper over, or my folder over, and hope that I can crinkle it out. So if anyone has any great tips for that, please let me know, whether you're watching live or on the replay. All right, see, it still works. Here is our embossed piece. So we're gonna put that off to the side, and I'm gonna set this over here. The next thing we're gonna bring in is our, let's put that back again, so let's go this way, is we're going to do some cutting. All right, so we have this gorgeous paper. Now, if you follow me or have been following me, I've been doing videos for about almost 2 years, a year and a bit for sure, very consistently. Like I said, I usually do Monday nights. And I will be getting back into my Monday nights. I'm hoping next week we can do Mondays and Wednesdays. If you follow me in my videos, you know in my Crafty Session videos that my stylish shapes are my #1 favorite die in my collection. I use them all the time. So we are using the large one, and we're just going to, let's see here. You know what, let's put, I'm just trying to figure out where I want some pieces here. Oh, I really want some of this. Let's go there. I know I should probably go closer to the edge, but I really want that poinsettia. No, I really want some more of this. Actually, I'm just gonna go here. I like that. It has a little bit of everything. All right, you're gonna put your clear plate on, and we're gonna run it through. Oh, here we go. And when you are using your Stampin' Cut and Emboss, it's going to make some weird noises. It's going to crackle, and it sounds like you're breaking it, and you're not. You just got to keep pushing it through. All right, so there is my circle. Isn't that paper just stunning? Like, I love, love, love it. It looks like so beautiful. All right, let me just move this off to the side. Okay, let's bring in our card again, and let's get creating. Now, I am the type of person that I like to build upon my layers, because here's the thing. If I make a mistake, I'm only like creating a layer part and not like a whole card base. So let me get out. I am a seal girl, so I am using our Stampin' Seal. And I am going to put this down just like this. Okay. So if maybe you're new to my channel, welcome, sorry, to the Stampin' Up community. I have been doing videos on Facebook over the last year and a half. You know, I pick a product of the week. I usually go live Mondays and Wednesdays. And then Facebook was giving us some not so nice, it was giving us some trouble. So I've switched to YouTube. And my goal in the new year, because there's a bit of a learning curve that I need to figure out, is to go to stream so that I can go to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So that is a personal goal for me in 2026. I just need to look into the services and have time to be able to learn it. So bear with me as I build. And no, I'm not going to figure out how to schedule. I tried scheduling a YouTube live before. I need to go back and learn how to do that again. But it didn't work when I did it the first time. So, all right, we're going to put that down. Now we can go ahead and put that. I'm happy with that. So I just like to put my tape in the 4 corners and one in the middle. Then I'm going to come down and just put that there. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So we are going to use the traditional label stamp set, and we are going to use the one that says "'Tis the Season." 'Tis the season. I noticed it this weekend. It was warm here Friday, a little milder Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday it was a little nice in the morning, a little bit of cold, and it turned snowy, and we had snow on Monday. And I noticed a lot of people put up their Christmas lights on the weekend. So when I've been walking at night, I go outside and I was like, oh, everyone has their lights up. It just looks so festive. All right, so photo polymer stamp set. We're using a clear block. Just tap, tap, tap. And we're just going to stamp it down. 'Tis the season. one of the students I work with at school was singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and all the kids were singing it today. It was so cute, actually. To see their excitement is fun to watch. All right, let's pull in our red and white twine. This was twine that was in our holiday catalog, so our September to December for 2024. And it was so popular that everyone loved it that it actually carried over into 2025. Actually, it's in, I believe it's in the annual catalog, which I love because it's just real red and white. So you could use it on anything. I have put some adhesive down and we're just going to go like this. And what I do is just make like little loops and then loops again. And I kind of just do like a few and then I'll just end it off like that. Now we will cut that in a minute here. Just let me move this over. We're going to put dimensionals, so I will put one at each end and one in the middle because that will hold my paper in place in my twine. Just pull this off. Oh, I forgot I didn't put any sequins on there. Well, we're going to put some sequins on because I think it needs sequins. And we're going to just go like that. Now, I am using, if you have been around with Stampin' Up for a very long time, these used to be our paper crafting scissors. And I love them, that I use them all the time. Okay, so let's bring in some sequins. Let me get my other favorite tool in my craft room, is my Take-A-Pick. If you do not have one of these, you might want to ask Santa to put one in your stocking because it is really nice. It comes with this putty end so that you can pick up sequins or embellishments. And then it comes with this, and they have interchangeable different ones. I have just washi tape on mine because I like to hold it that way. All right, let's put on some gold. I think that will look really nice. Oops, where'd that go? I'm gonna put gold on one. So there's gold. And I think on this one, let's do some red. Let's just see, and then you guys can let me know which one you like, card A or card B. All right, so there is our sequence, and there is our card number one. Quick, simple, easy Christmas card. What do you think? All right, so I would love to know, do you like A with the red sequence, or do you like B with the gold sequence? There you go. So that is one, showcasing that template. All right, let's do card number two, and then I have a bunch of samples to show you. So card number two was this one. So as I told you at the beginning, they come out with these sketches, and this was the second sketch in this card. And I really liked it. So I looked at this and I saw like a card base. I saw this could be cardstock or designer series paper, a circle, and then embellishment. So that is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to create a card with that. So let's just put this over here. Let me show you our card and we'll get started. I find this time of year when we're short on time, quick and easy cards are the way to go. But maybe you're that type of person who, you know, loves to escape to your craft room. Mine is called my happy place. I will be in here every night. You will find me in here on the weekends after I've done all my chores and work and errands. I will spend time in here. And right now, my favorite thing to do is come in here, play Christmas music. I love playing Christmas music. I love creating. I have a big window. The birds with my bird feeder are just so, they're there all the time. It really truly just makes me happy and it brings me so much joy. So I hope by watching these videos that I can put a smile on your face, have that little relaxation time for you so that you can create wonderful gifts for your family and friends this holiday season. All right, so once again, we're using that Secrecy. I told you, I love, love, love that pattern. Let me show you the card we are making. So this is the card we're making next. As I said, I added an extra layer and I kind of went, so we're gonna show you a little tip with the labels. So let's put that over there. So we have our base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Our layer is 4 1/4 by 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to emboss that. So I'm actually going to move some stuff out of my way here because I've got such a mess on my desk. Put that over there. We have our piece of paper, and this paper measures 3 by 5, so we have that, and I'm just going to set that off to the side. I have already die cut a circle. Look at that. Isn't that paper stunning? I literally could have used like a whole package of that paper. Like, I love that paper. Just seeing if there's any comments. I'm still trying to learn all the ins and outs with Facebook and going, YouTube and going live. So, okay, there's that. And then we're going to die cut out a piece of our label, and I'm going to give you a little learning tip with that. Okay, so let me move this off to the side. Let's bring back in that big boss. So this is the big Stampin' Cut emboss machine. And first we're going to emboss. So let's do that so that is out of our way. So once again, we are going to use one of the lines on the embossing folder. And so I'm just going to line it up kind of like down this way, and that will help keep it straight. We're going to put this down, grab that big gray plate, and we're going to run it through. Oops. Oh gosh, I moved. Oh, we don't want to move. All right, there we go. Okay. And there we go. So there is our embossed piece. We're going to set that off to the side, and I'm going to move this over here for a minute. And I don't need that anymore. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of cutting. So when I was creating, I had a big event back in October, and I used this label set a lot. And I was getting frustrated because I was cutting and cutting and cutting. And I was noticing that what was happening was when you use, not so much this one, but these ones, it was ripping around the edge. So I'm going to give you a little tip. First of all, let's cut our piece up, and then I will give you the tip that I need to show you. All right, so we're going to use that banner. I love that banner. And we're going to just roll it through. Have you been watching Christmas movies? Are you a fan of Christmas? I watched Elf the other day. And then I've been watching some of the Hallmark Christmas shows. So yeah, so there, isn't that really pretty? So we're just going to put that off to the side. I'm going to put this, but I want to show you this tip. So let me see here what will fit for us. Okay. So let's bring this back and put my paper down. So what I found was if I took a piece of wax paper, I just went into my baking cupboard where I have all the paper. And what I did was I grabbed a piece of wax paper. So you would use wax paper in your baking. So what I did was I put my cardstock down, and then I put my wax paper, and then I put my die. And then I would put my clear plate. I found when you did this trick, it actually helped cut out the die really nice. I find it's a very delicate die, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, so there is that. You can see that I cut those out. And then you can see here that it actually has like the piece. Let me just put this back on my dies. And so I try to get this off. Oh my goodness, there we go. So you can see around this, it has this like little fine like border around the die. When you weren't using the wax paper, that was ripping when I was pulling it away from the die. So like as I ran it through and then I was pulling it apart, I would rip that, and I was getting so frustrated. And then I remembered someone telling me to try like wax paper with delicate dies, and I tried that and it worked like butter. So that is my tip for you tonight. Use wax paper on delicate dies that are ripping and not coming out for you. It will make your life so much easier. All right, let me move this out of my way. I'm just gonna put it back over here. And let's finish our card. Okay. Let's just bring that card in so you guys can see it. And once again, we're going to build on our layer and then add it. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put our green Old Olive. So the colors in this are Old Olive, Real Red, Cherry Cobbler, Pool Party, Gold, and Secret Sea. All right, now we're going to bring in some of that Real Red ribbon here. And I'm just going to cut off a couple pieces, just like that. And here's another tip. I have, I'm a big fan of Stampin' Storage. They're a company in the US that makes storage product for different companies out there. And I have a ribbon holder. So what I do is I use this binder clip, and that just holds my ribbon in place. So when I have it sitting on my shelf, I can see it really nice, and it's not, the ribbon isn't all falling around everywhere. All right, so let me get our, what color? Oh, I'm just gonna do Secret Sea here. Just give me a minute. Oh, paper fell down here. I'm just trying to fix it. All right, so let's go there. All right, so we can go ahead and let's see here. I'm gonna try to find, I'm gonna put my adhesive on this side. So I'm just gonna like put these down, just little strips. And then I'm going to turn it over, and what I'm gonna do is cut one on one way and one down the other way. So I have like a little flag is what I was kind of going for. And then we can go ahead and pop that up. So let's pop that onto our card. So if you head over to my blog, if you're looking for some more inspiration, I have been posting there. I've posted every day this week. That is going to, my new goal also is to be very consistent in my blogging and social media. And let's see. I have a bunch of samples to share with you after, so don't leave quite yet. Stick around, there's more, as you know what the video would say. When you're so used to one platform, like I've been so used to Facebook, that going to YouTube is like a learning curve, but I know the more I do it, the more practice, it's just going to become so much easier. All right, so let's just put that down. There is that. Let's bring in that banner, and let's bring in our, so we're going to use traditional labels. We're going to use the Season's Greetings. And you will notice that the Season's Greetings and Sending Love and Joy, they are curved because they are meant to go on this. Now you just gotta make sure, let me pull it here. I gotta make sure which way. No, it goes this way. You wanna make sure that it's going right on the label. We are going to use that Secret Sea color. Let's just love, 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 love. It's like my go-to black. Right? Just tap, tap, tap. We don't want to hit it too hard. And then I'm going to bring this down a little bit so I can actually see where I'm stamping. And hope that this worked. Oh, look at that. It lines up beautifully in that stamp. So as you can tell, the stamp is curved. So when you stamp it on here, it's like magic. It's so beautiful. All right, so let's pull that off. Into here, and where's that? Let's put this away. Always get in the habit of pulling your stamps off your blocks and putting them away. These photo primers are so sticky that they'll stick to anything, and you don't want to be spending hours trying to find a stamp that is stuck to maybe your arm or an ink pad or something else. All right, we are going to pop this up, so let's just bring in some dimensionals here. So these are one of my favorite tools also, is dimensionals. All right, here, we're almost done. Bring that in there like that. Let's go ahead and bring in our sequence. And this time, I think we're gonna do, I did red on that one. Let's try gold, just to see what it would look like. I think the gold will look pretty there. maybe the red. It's just kind of fun to see which different ones, right? All right, so let's put these away. Like I said, those are currently not available. They're due back in like any time, so you don't want to miss out on them. They're a beautiful set. All right, here is our second card for the evening, showcasing the traditional labeled bundle and the Traditionals of Christmas Designer Series paper. Isn't that stunning? I just love, love, love it. I think I like the red. I think the red stands out more if I was to look at it this way. Okay, so let's bring the cards back in that we made tonight. So we made these two cards. Let's just put the red there so we can see. These two cards showcasing two different sketches, which I absolutely love. So there's those cards. Aren't they beautiful? All right, let me show you some more ideas to do with these let me show you some more ideas with the traditional label bundle and the Traditions Christmas Designer Series paper. So every Tuesday, I am the leader of the Stamp to Create team. I have over 75 lovely ladies on my team. And I actually believe we actually have some gentlemen. So lovely ladies and gentlemen on our team. And they are in my 3 levels. And every Tuesday I go live with a Facebook Live that showcases, I talk about current updates, what's happening on our team, and then I do a stamping with them. So this was the project that I made last night with my team. One of my team members named Cindy, she always posts a sketch every Monday. And if you remember what I told you, I love sketches, so I always go to look for one. So this was the one. I used basic white with the secrecy pattern. I brought in that paper again. Love, love, love. I did Merry Wishes in secrecy and Christmas in real red and added in some green, and then I used that ribbon. Back in October, I did a big Inspire, Create, and Connect event for customers and demonstrators. This one was designed by my team member, Katie. She was showcasing the traditional label suite and the product line for scrapbooking. The traditional keeping scrapbooking, I think is what it's called. So basic white, secret C, and then that paper. See, and then we brought in those labels, and Merry Wishes was in secret C, and Christmas and olive. This is the mossy and gold ribbon. It's gorgeous and it works perfect with that bundle. So there's another one. This was another card that we made showcasing this. Now it's funny, the illusion looks like I cut this, but it's just the way I've cut it on the paper. I should have been over a little bit more, but it's still cute. Season's Greeting, once again, use that plaid, Forever Plaid with the Secret C, pulled in that paper. There's those. So there's 2 more cards. So you can see there's 5 cards just with this. And this set has been very, very popular amongst demonstrator and customers. So you could easily check out all the, like if you searched on Pinterest, Traditional Labels Bundle or the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper, you will get tons of samples. All right. One of the things I love to do at my events is I love to spoil my customers. I love spoiling them. I love giving them pillow gifts. That's one of my favorite things when Stampin' Up! Does it. It just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So I wanted to do that with my customers. My team member Patty loves to create 3D, and she created these boxes for me. This is up on my blog, and I linked it back to Erica Serwin. Erica Serwin did a similar box way back in the summer in a camping theme. And when we saw it, we thought, how great would that be for a Christmas box? So this was their pillow gift. We used Old Olive and that Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper. We used the Traditional Labels die and then the Just For You stamp. And this is the gold mesh ribbon. It's currently not available. And it went with the Celebrary Sips suite that came out in the summer. So when you opened it, we actually have here in Canada a store called Rio Thompson. It's in Stratford, Ontario, and they have these mint smoothies. They are to die for. So I gifted everybody a mint smoothie in their little box. So we're like, nice little special treat. And I love the fact that the packaging was gold, so it went perfectly with our gold paper. So that was that. And then my team member Brenda reminded me, she showed me these. making Hershey Nuggets. So what I did was I created these Hershey Nugget little packs. These were for an event that I did in November, and once again they were a pillow gift. So I created a little tray, and then I used the Hershey Nuggets, and I wrapped the paper around it. So I did use the Traditions of Christmas. I used the Real Red Ribbon and that gold mesh, and then the greeting I actually used was from the Jar of Joy stamp set. I just wanted it to be a sweet Christmas. So these, I will be putting this up on my blog. This is up on my blog already. This card is on my blog already. And I think this one might be on my blog. But I'll be putting these up. And I'll give you the measurements on how to make them. This is a really neat, fun one to do. So as you can see, I have shown you a wide variety of projects that you can do with the Traditional Label Bundle and the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper. You can create cards and you can create some 3D item. How fun and how special it would be if you gifted your coworker or a loved one or a friend, you gave them a card and maybe a little treat. These would also be great for Secret Santa ideas. I also thought these would make great table favors for like for the holidays. I just think you could easily do this out with so many different ideas. All right, so let's just do a quick recap. We use the Traditional Label Bundle and the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper, which is part of the Traditions of Christmas suite. You can find those in our September to December September to December mini catalog, which is this one right here. Or you can also find it online. Just search Traditions of Label Bundle, Traditions of Christmas. This video will be, once I've done the video, it'll process, and I will put the Art Tonight's projects on my blog along with this video, and then I'll link the blog to this video. And then I'll also have other links underneath for you to join my newsletter, for how you can follow me on social media. And make sure you join my newsletter, because you're the first ones to find out what I do Monday mornings for Product of the Week. And also on Sunday, I do a recap video email that links you back to the videos and some projects that I highlighted throughout the week. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. And I will be back with you guys next week. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.